What's good, everybody? It's your boy, the Kitchen. We're back with another video. We are here with a preview of an ACC SEC Challenge game. This game was taking place tonight between Oklahoma and NC State. NC State was ranked coming into the season. They've had some tough losses, some tough ranked losses. Oklahoma just one loss on the season, that coming to UCLA. I believe that one was in Vegas. So two teams that want to win this game, especially Oklahoma going into SEC play where the competition is very, very, I'm trying to think of a better word for tough, like stark. Yeah, something like that. Like very, very tough conference. Obviously the ACC is kind of up in the air. We don't really know. There's not really a team that's like, oh, they're going to run away with it. It doesn't look like. North Carolina has started out the season really well. Duke has struggled. Louisville has been okay. Syracuse is in the mix. Stanford only has one loss. They play tonight as well. So we'll see what happens in terms of separate conference play. But for today, we are talking about this game specifically, and we're talking about Oklahoma and NC State. First, we're going to talk about Oklahoma. Before we do that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe so you can see what we're getting into on this channel. We have a lot more coming. We have a lot that we've already done, so make sure you go and check those out too if you are interested. But let's get right into it. For Oklahoma, and it's going to be like this in most big games, I think the most important player is Aaliyah Chavez. She's the leading scorer, but hasn't been super efficient from the field, at least. From the three-point line, she's shooting 37% or 38% if you round up. So that's good. But she's shooting 37% from the floor as well. So she has to find a way. I mean, some of it is just making shots. Some of it is getting better looks, getting more efficient shots. And I really think like they played some games that they weren't going to lose regardless, and all top teams do. But these are the games where they need her to be efficient. She doesn't necessarily have to go out and score 26 points like she did in her last game. She just has to be efficient, and she has to make good decisions. Can't turn the ball over, make good decisions, and you give your team a chance to win the game every single night. Doesn't matter who you're on the floor with, because they have enough talent to play with anybody in the country. Obviously, when you have Raegan Beers, she's averaging 17 and 10. Sahara Williams is averaging, we'll round up 14 and 10, and then Payton is averaging 12, 6 and 3, steal and a half, a block. Zoe Brooks is averaging 10 points a game. So you have the talent. You have all the other players are shooting rather efficiently. 61% from Raegan Beers, 50% from Sahara Williams, 44 from Payton, 42 from Zoe. If they can get Aaliyah to just 41, 42, 43, that's way better than 37. It's just in these kinds of games, and this game specifically is the big reason that I was talking about her in this game specifically is because NC State relies on their guards so heavily. So it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup and see how those players go at her. It's two styles of players, or two styles of guards that are quite similar. They are big on energy, effort, and just going at all costs. And sometimes that's to the detriment. So that's why I'm interested to see how this game goes, because when we see this matchup between NC State's guards and Han Hidalgo, we've seen how it can go really good or it can go really bad, because you can either match that or you can't match it, or you try too hard to match it, and now, things spiral. So I think Oklahoma's going to have to do a good job of just sticking to their game plan and playing their style of basketball, making good decisions, getting the best looks that they can get. I think they should be the favorites in this game. But I do think NC State has a really good chance to win this game too in Norman. Obviously you have Zoe Brooks, you have Zam Jones, you have Tilda Trygger, who has been really good this season. So it's an interesting matchup because Tilda Trygger and what's her name? Oh my gosh, I forgot her name the last time I did an NC State video too. Khamil Pierre battling with Raegan Beers in the post is going to be really interesting, because Tilda Trygger has the ability to step out. Raegan Beers has the ability to step out as well. I talked about that when They played against UCLA. So it'll be interesting to see what matchups happen. I think Payton could be Sahara Williams. Either Sahara Williams or Payton could be the player that is tasked with guarding Khamil Pierre. I think the defensive matchups that we can see are very interesting in this because Cadence Samuels is a really good defender, but you don't really, how do I put this without sounding disrespectful? You would rather her shoot an open three than most of their other players get a layup. So I'm assuming whoever is guarding her will be off in help. So that's the thing is Aaliyah Chavez guarding her, giving her, or is it Zaya Van? What's the defensive matchups and strategies on both sides, honestly, because Raegan Beers has a lot to deal with on the other side. And I don't think Tilda Trygger is going to be able to guard her one-on-one. I don't think Khamil Pierre will be able to guard her one-on-one either. Zoe Brooks and Zam Jones also have to be efficient in this game. If I say the same thing about Aaliyah Chavez, who is a freshman, by the way, she's only played 8 games in college basketball. You have to say the same thing about them. Zoe Brooks averages 14 points a game. She's shooting 13% from 3 and 40% from the field. That has to be better. That's not very good. Zam Jones, 40% from the floor, 63% from the free throw line, 32 from 3. Not very good. If your 2 best players, or at least your 2 best guards, are 2 of your top 3 scorers on your team and they're not efficient from the field or from 3, or really from the free throw line either, how do you expect to win games like this? That's my question. How do you expect to win games when your top 3 scorers shoot 72% from the free throw line and below? They shoot 65% from the free throw line as a team. They shoot 32% from the three-point line as a team. And they shoot 43% from the field as a team. Their best field goal shooter by percentage is Tilda Trygger, who shoots 54%. She also shoots 44% from 3. I don't know how that happens. I do, but it's just wild to think about your top 3 scorers not super efficient. Khamil Pierre shooting 46% is efficient, but it's just it's hard to win games that way. It's really hard to win games, especially when games slow down. And I don't think this game will slow down that much because Oklahoma wants to run. NC State also wants to run, but they also want to play. They also want to play tough defense. So if Oklahoma is to get on a run, can NC State keep up? Can NC State score efficiently enough to stay in this game? And I don't know exactly what the atmosphere is going to be like, but I'm assuming that there's going to be a good bit of people out for this game because it's a big game. It's the ACC SEC challenge, and Oklahoma normally has a pretty good crowd. I'm just gonna be honest. The last couple of years, even when they were in the Big 12, I think they had fans that came out a lot. So this is gonna be a very interesting matchup. Now NC State is not. I wouldn't say they're not accustomed to that because they get a good turnout at their games as well, and they played some big games against Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, all these other schools. So that's not to say that they're not going to be used to it, but I do think that being a factor, or that could be a factor. So what this game is going to come down to efficiency from the guards on both sides. Mainly Aaliyah Chavez for Oklahoma, but obviously you want everybody to be efficient over there. And then Zoe Brooks, Zam Jones, you need them to be efficient or at least make big-time shots in big moments. When you need a shot, when you need to score, that's when you need one of those 2 or Khamil Pierre to make a play. But, yeah, the efficiency has to be better. I do think they could use Tilda Trygger a little bit more. She's proven to be very, very adept. Scoring in multiple ways, scoring in different spots on the floor. So if they want to go into that more, I don't know if this is the matchup for that. It could be. Honestly, I don't know. Foul trouble is another thing that neither team is really going to want to get in, especially with their post players. But if I had to choose, which I don't know why I always say if I had to choose, I'm going to choose regardless because why not? I'm going to go with Oklahoma in this game. I think Oklahoma is the better team. I think they're at home. I wouldn't say they're more battle-tested because both teams have played some top teams, but I just think Oklahoma is better suited and better fitted for these kinds of games than NC State is. I could be wrong. I've said that before. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not going to be on here and be like, I can't believe they just... No. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But based on what I've seen from not just this year, but past years, I do feel like Oklahoma has the chance, or has the better chance of winning this game. So I'm going to side with them in this game. But I just want to see a good game. Like, that's really it. I just want to see a good game. I want to see both teams play well. Come down to the last couple possessions and see what happens. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.